Hey, Bobby. This is Bobby at Be Still Intuitive. Thanks again for purchasing another reading. So what I was thinking of doing was, so you have your comedy thing, and then you have your extra work that you're doing, the the show Better Call Sal. So I wanted to do two separate readings. So let's do one on comedy, okay? So I want to see where you are, um, as far as how you feel regarding the comedy thing right now, and then we'll move forward. But let's see. So Bobby, as far as your comedy, okay, now whatever however this resonates with you, but um it's almost like letting things kind of happen, if that makes any sense. But regarding comedy, there's something about a thought or idea that you have about it that you've made a choice or decision on, but you haven't taken action yet. So when I say that, I actually picture you up on stage doing your comedy thing, but almost like there's a change coming, or you're thinking about a change within comedy. And then following it is the Wheel of Fortune. So one is the Two of Swords, which is kind of like knowing something but not taking action about it. You've decided on something, but no movement yet. And the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like the Destiny card, like things turning in your favor. Um, but I am sensing some sort of change. Now, within comedy itself, let's see what works for you as far as your comedy that you do on the side, okay? What works for you is you're like really confident is what I get with your comedy. Like it doesn't scare you. You don't it almost comes naturally to you. And that's a huge plus when it comes to being a comedian. The reason why I say that is we have the eight of swords here. A lot of the times, this card represents anxiety and feeling like, being in your head a lot. But this is what works for you. Um, it's almost like you even if you do kind of feel this way at times with comedy, you transmute that energy into something that is very useful for you within comedy, which is fuck it. Like just kind of doing your thing and not really I'm getting like you don't have to put a whole lot of thought into it. You just let it flow, which is a lot of it is part of your personality. Okay? So that's what's working for you in comedy. Let's see what maybe let's see maybe what is um kind of like a hidden blockage for you in comedy. Okay? So, Bobby, um, I hope this resonates with you because this card could be read in so many different ways, but I'm kind of getting that maybe your material is you're sticking to the same routine, if that makes any sense with your material, um, that it's looked at as kind of a blockage for you. Not a, it's a hidden blockage, if that makes any sense. It's almost like you're fine, the crowd loves it, everything's good, but it's almost like as far as your growth maybe, you're sticking to like your past. You're sticking to a routine within your comedy, kind of. And what I get, I'm not a comedian, but that could be like sticking to the same jokes and not integrating any new ones. Maybe integrate a new one every now and then, but you've got your set without a whole lot of newness. Okay, that's just what I'm picking up based on the cards. Okay, the Six of Cups is a nostalgia card, so a lot of the times this is focused on, looking back on the good times from the past and, being very nostalgic with it. But what I'm getting as far as a challenge, so how would that be a challenge for you as far as comedy? What I'm getting is that you're focusing on jokes that worked for you in the past, and maybe you're not allowing yourself to expand from that. Just what I'm picking up, okay? Um, Now, let's pull some more cards on your comedy gigs and see what comes up. Well, it's interesting. Remember how I was just talking about this card, and kind of like you have your set with comedy. I think your approach towards comedy is very it's appreciated and you're liked because you're very. I'm getting this works for you also. you're almost like no holds barred. Um, you just you go for it when you do comedy. Like you speak it. You're very blunt. Um, I'm getting like in a very like your jokes could be nasty or they could, but I don't mean nasty in a negative way. Um, but I'm getting that there's maybe you have been thinking about making some changes because there's some movement. So we have the Queen of Swords here, and a lot of the times I call her the bitch card. She's basically she'll speak her truth, communicate verbally, straight up, to the point. She might come across as a bitch. Now, as far as you in comedy, it's what I'm getting is that this works for you is that you're very direct, you're very open, you say it how it is. When it comes to your jokes, it's like punchline is very like, oh, I can't believe he just said that, which is it works for you. But then we have the Six of Swords here, and this is the moving card. So I don't know if you're thinking about a change within maybe like where you do your stand-up, but this all could also could be ideas as well, or communicating, but ideas as far as making some movement. And the reason why I say like maybe there is going to be movement as far as like maybe instead of sticking to the past, we have the Page of Wands here. Pages are messengers, and then wands signify, you know, passion, creativity. But what I'm getting is that you're moving more towards a direction of new stuff, like something that you're passionate about, something that is creative. Just getting new ideas. You're moving towards that direction. Okay, I hope this is resonating with you so far. Generally, most of the readings that I do are love readings, but this is fun to be able to do this as well. So let's see as far as moving forward, anything that you need to know. Okay, anything that's coming up or that you need to know regarding comedy. So we got two control cards here. King of Swords and the Emperor. Okay, and I'll explain them. And so what I'm getting is that this is in reference to you and comedy. You're the boss, whatever that means. You're your own boss. Stick to it. It works for you. Maintain that control. You say what goes. Okay? I hope that resonates with you. King of Swords. Part of the way of being the boss as a comedian is speaking your truth, maybe even coming across as cold in a way, but you articulate your words that it's very direct and it's basically like stating, no, this is what I want, or no, this is how I do it. But not in a way that comes across rude, but basically just stating your truth, stating what works for you. You don't hold back in that area, but you also don't get your emotions involved as well. So it's just coming across as a very like leader kind of or like being a manager or being a supervisor. It just comes across as very much like, no, I'm in charge. I'm in charge here. Okay. Now I'm getting that works for you. What's interesting though is in between both of these control cards is the moon. And what I'm getting is that it's like you're learning to balance these two energies out. Like you might feel that control, but maybe speaking it fully, there's something there. I'm gonna get a clarifier because I want to know why the moon just popped up in the middle of both of the King of Swords and the Emperor. Yeah, okay, so this is crazy. So basically the Emperor, very controlled, and a lot of times he's his own boss, he says what goes, there's a lot of control energy with this, which is not bad. King of Swords, he's the king, okay? He's in control. He knows what he wants, his ideas, he's got them in check, and he speaks his mind. Sometimes may come across as cold, but he's very articulate with his words. Now, as far as confirmation or clarification card for the Moon card, we have the King of Pentacles. This is like the ultimate, like, he's got his shit together. Once again, another king. So it's almost like own comedy and not just owning the stage, but own who you are. Own what you say. Own what you want. Move forward with all of that. Okay? I hope that this resonates with you. Now, we're going into your film work. Let's see what's popping with that. I think that's very cool, by the way, that you're doing that. I thought about doing that years back. Just kind of like for fun or to see where it could go. But I never did. Maybe I was lazy. I don't know. Anyway, so good for you. I think that's awesome. I've always had a pull towards the entertainment industry, but then kind of started, I really started putting my focus wholeheartedly into, spiritual, being of service to others, intuition, readings, tarot, all that stuff. So this is for Bobby B in regards to your film career. What do you need to know? What are your challenges? What do you have to look forward to? What's working for you? What's not? What does the universe want to tell you? Bobby B. There's a lot of excitement and hopefulness as well. Okay, there's a new opportunity coming up. Okay, and it could be what you told me about as far as like, I think you said, let's see. Set, you'll be on the set. Okay, this will be the second episode. I hope to get some speaking roles. It's possible that you might get some speaking roles. And I don't know, remember, I don't know anything about that industry or being an extra, how that works, but you're in charge. As far as a magician, when it comes to doing this kind of work, manifesting what you want is really important right now because you have a new beginning that's coming up, the Ace of Pentacles, and a lot of the times this has to do with like a new beginning in work, okay? And I'm getting a big one. Now, this could be getting lines, in the show that you're on, because to go from extra to having lines, that's a pretty big leap, is from what I'm picking up. But also you need to really stay positive. Stay out of any negative thinking where you're like, oh, I'm probably not going to get it, but I really want it. Stick to, no, I'm going to get it. Kind of like how you're saying in here, saying in your email, you're hoping to, but, I'm kind of getting that there's a big possibility for that, or something regarding work and a new beginning. But you're in charge, once again, with the magician, because you have all the tools that you need to manifest whatever it is that you want. It may take baby steps, but let's see what's working for you as far as this extra work that you're doing. I get you're very easygoing as well, easy to work with. So what I'm getting is that what works for you is that you're almost like a hustler in a way when it comes to like finding extra work. You don't waste time. You just do it. Somebody calls you and says, can you be here at this time? You just go and you do it. That shows that you're accountable, responsible, and I'm getting the word determined. What else was I picking up? Just knowing that they can rely on you within this, okay? But this is working for you. The energy behind this is a passionate, fiery energy, and it's very swift as well. So the movement regarding your extra work, that's working for you. So stay at that pace. Now, what maybe is a challenge for you? Oops. It could be, Bobby, I don't know if this makes sense to you. So we have the Ace of Wands, which aces are about new beginnings, but this is a challenge for you. What I'm picking up is that, what's working for you is this movement that you're doing, but it might be, depending on how you're manifesting and hoping and wishing, what I'm getting is that you might be so focused on, there's nothing wrong with it. Like Better Call Saul, like, I want speaking parts, but there might be tons of other opportunities out there right now where you could get speaking parts, but you're so focused on Better Call Saul that the universe is like, well, we have speaking parts for him over here, but he's only thinking about Better Call Saul. And the only reason I say that is what's not working for you right now is that there's a new beginning that's wanting to come forward, but there's a blockage there. Well, remember, you're in charge. So whatever that we have to be responsible and accountable for everything that happens in our life. All of our choices, decisions, thoughts, feelings, and actions, okay? We can choose to react or we can choose to respond. But what I'm getting is that there's a new beginning. And remember, you've got one here. To have two aces in a reading, that's big. A lot of the times that means new beginnings between you and someone else, a union, work, you and a supervisor, you and a company, you and someone else, but it's about a union. So something new, something creative, and something you're passionate about. So what I'm getting, as far as doing, this extra work, that there is some sort of passion. You have a dedication towards, wanting to do acting more. but you're in charge. So really take a look at maybe what could be a blockage. Where's your focus at? Is it just on Better Call Saul? Which there's nothing wrong with that. Let's pull more cards and see what else we got. Okay, so we know that you do comedy and we know that you do this extra work. There's going to be a change. There really is. There's going to be a big change. And I don't know if you sense it, but you have the death card. So a lot of the times this is like ended, but what happens after this card ends? Well, then there's a complete rebirth. So for example, say that, you know, hi, my name's Bobby and I do extra work, you know, in television and movies and whatnot. And then a year from now, you run into somebody else and you're like, hi, my name's Bobby and I'm an actor and I do television and movies. That's what I'm getting as far as a rebirth. So it's not a, so it's a new beginning, of course, but it's not like a brand new beginning as far as like, you know, saying one day you're an actor and the next day you're a technician for, you know, I don't know, whatever. But I'm getting that there's a huge change coming up or something that possibly you've been thinking about. A lot of ideas about that. And it's something that you're passionate about, but I'm getting that it's going to come quick. Whatever's going to happen is going to come quick and you're going to be ecstatic about it. You're going to love it. So maybe it is that you're going to get lines. That's a big change to go from extra to some lines within this series. That could be it, but there is a change coming, a rebirth. However you want to look at a rebirth, it's coming fast, and it's something that emotionally you're going to be like, oh my gosh, because water signifies emotions, and with this cup, it's something that you love, and it's overflowing. So the emotion will feel that way as well. It won't be just kind of like, oh cool, I'm happy. It'll be like, oh my god, I'm happy. Now, let's see what's coming up. Any advice possibly that might be good for you? Okay, you ready? What I'm getting is this is all advice. Don't confuse yourself too much. Don't get caught up in the clouds, whatever that means to you. We have the Seven of Cups. I'm getting that you have a lot of desires and fantasies and this and that, and kind of you start picturing yourself, you know, moving up within like a series or getting a job doing this, and this is really good for manifesting. You start visualizing and dreaming and, you know, what your desires are regarding that. But what I'm getting is that you can overdo that, and when you overdo that, you can confuse the universe, because one minute you want to, you know, get speaking parts in one show, but then another is that you want to, I don't know, if you've got a million different ideas in your head, all of that energy is kind of split up. It's not honed in. So the universe is like, okay, well, Bob wants this and this and this and this and this. Okay, well, we could probably make that. Well, we'll make that happen for, oh, he wants that too. It can create a confusion. Okay, so there might be some confusion coming up, maybe not sure what direction to go. Just center yourself. Have a moment, you know, be still for 10 minutes and just, how funny, be still. Just, you know, be with yourself for like 10 minutes, whatever this is that's coming up, and just think about it. Just kind of rest your mind and let yourself think about it. And there's something, you know, this card tried to come out earlier, but there's something about you. So this card, I know that this is a career reading, but I'm getting that this has something to do with your heart, like not showing all of yourself, not showing all of your emotion. And I don't know what that means in regards to you being an extra or you getting lines in a show, but if that means anything to you, what I'm getting is that you're holding too tight to your heart, which if you hold too tight to your heart, it doesn't let things flow, okay? Because your heart is your heart center. So if that's open, people can feel it. They may not on a subconscious level, or they may not even understand what it is about you, but they're flocking to you or they're drawn to you. It's because your heart's open. And if you think about it, walking around every day, you know, seeing strangers on the street, how many people actually have their heart open? Okay? But something regarding that is allow yourself to slowly let that to open up, and happiness will come in. Things will, whatever this means as far as happiness, I'm going to pull a clarifier because it's really kind of general, but This is awesome, whatever it's leading to. This is a really good reading, by the way. There's good stuff coming. Um, something, so we have the Lover's card, but this could be, you know, as far as happiness, I think it's going to lead up to something having to do with a union or a partnership with, you know, a company or with a job or a show or something where a decision will need to be made, but it's going to lead to you being really happy. So to have the Ace of Cups and the Lovers within a career reading, this is like an ultimate union, something you're going to be blown away by, something you're going to be really excited about. I hope that this reading resonated with you. I really do. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot of career readings, but please email me back and let me know, whether it's today or whether it's like 3 weeks from now. Email me and let me know, like, hey Bob, this happened or this is coming up. But I do sense a lot of changes. I think it's important that you get clear on some things, open up a little bit more, show who you are, show your heart. You know, because a lot of the times, I'm a very sarcastic person. You're a comedian, and a lot of the times with that, we can hide behind our jokes, sarcasm. That people want to see the real too. Kind of like, like I was watching Amy Schumer the other day, and she was doing really raunchy like pussy jokes or whatever. Sorry, but then all of a sudden she breaks into something and she gets really real with the audience, and then they start clapping. They're like, "Yeah, that's right, girl." But that's what connects. That's another way to connect with people, is just show, instead of showing just one part of you, like funny Bobby, show the loving Bobby. Show that you are real. And you will grab more people that maybe aren't feeling connected to you. Those people will then feel connected to you, along with the other people who are connected to you just because of your sarcasm or your jokes or whatever that is. So I hope this resonated with you. Thank you so much once again for recommending your sister to me and for getting your third reading with me. It's awesome. I'll be here and I would love to hear back. Take care of yourself. Hope you get some lines. If you do, let me know, because I want to know when that episode's coming out so I can like root you on and be like, hey, Bobby. Okay. Have a good day, Bobby. And hopefully this one goes through like immediately. Okay. Bye.